Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're zoning in on a single, uh, truly seismic event happening right now at the 2026 Australian Open.
Yeah.
We've combed through all the reports and the punditry to break down what everyone is calling a generational shift.
I think that's the perfect term for it.
We're talking, of course, about the semifinal, Novak Djokovic versus Jannik Sinner.
And clash almost feels too small a word for it. This is, a confrontation. It's the greatest legacy in the sport against its absolute modern peak.
So it's not just a match.
No, not at all. We're looking at whether the torch is being passed or maybe forcefully ripped away.
Okay, so let's start with that modern peak part, Jannik Sinner. The data on him is just, well, it's terrifyingly clean.
It is.
He's the two-time defending champion down in Melbourne.
Yeah.
And get this, deep into the tournament, he hasn't dropped a single set.
It's clinical. The sources are calling his quarterfinal red hot, but it's more than that. It's efficiency.
Right.
He isn't wasting any energy. He is walking into the semifinal with a gas tank that is, completely full.
Now, let's flip the coin over to Novak Djokovic. He's 38 years old, chasing that insane, record-extending 25th Grand Slam.
But his path here was weird.
Weird is the right word. He got that walkover in the last round. Lorenzo Musetti retired.
Which, on paper, you'd think, great, he saved some energy.
Yeah, at 38, don't you want the rest?
You do. You want the rest, but you absolutely need the rhythm. And that's the big debate right now, is rust versus rest.
Ah, so he hasn't been tested.
Not really.
Yeah.
He hasn't had to dig deep this week. Sinner has been playing, he's been dominating, but he's been on court. Djokovic is coming in with this huge question mark over his match sharpness.
And that lack of sharpness is so dangerous, especially given who's on the other side of the net.
Exactly.
I was looking at the head-to-head stats he pulled, and this really shocked me. Sinner has won their last 5 meetings.
The last 5. And that includes at Grand Slams. That's the critical piece of context here.
So this isn't really a rivalry anymore.
It's turning into a bit of a mental block. It has to be.
So tactically, what is Sinner doing that Djokovic just can't seem to solve?
Sinner is all about what we'd call contemporary power.
Yeah.
He hits with so much pace and so much depth that he just takes time away from Djokovic.
Okay.
So Djokovic, the veteran strategist, he relies on anticipation, on extending these rallies until his opponent just cracks.
But Sinner doesn't crack.
Sinner doesn't crack. He hits through the defense. He doesn't give Djokovic the time to set up that famous mental resistance or, play those mind games.
It sounds like the analysts are saying that experience, which is usually Djokovic's superpower, it might not be enough this time.
That's the consensus, yeah.
Yeah.
There's this warning in the reports that relying on, let's say, luck, like the walkover, or just on being Novak, it isn't going to cut it against a guy who is physically faster and hits harder.
You can't out-experience someone who's just outplaying you.
Exactly. Not from the baseline.
So, with all that said, when we look at the predictions, is anyone actually betting on the upset here?
Almost no one. Sinner is the heavy, heavy favorite. In fact, a lot of experts are predicting a win in straight sets.
Wow. Straight sets against Djokovic.
No,
that feels almost disrespectful to the history.
It's brutal, I know. But it just reflects his mastery on this surface. Sinner owns this court right now, and he's chasing a 3rd straight title here.
So the margins are just razor thin for Djokovic.
The feeling is that for Djokovic to win, he needs to play a perfect match. Sinner just needs to play his normal A game. All the margins are on the Italian side.
It really paints this picture of a king just trying to hold on to his crown with his fingertips.
It is. It's the ultimate test of, enduring greatness against elite youth. And the odds are tilting away from the legend.
So here's the thought I want to leave you with as you get ready to watch this match. We always say, experience creates champions. We value it so much.
It's the classic sports narrative.
But when your opponent has beaten you 5 times in a row, does that experience stop being an asset and, I don't know, start becoming scar tissue?
That's a great question.
At what point does knowing exactly what it feels like to lose to someone just make it inevitable that you will again? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.